It was December 12th, 2019. I'd been fighting for close to 3 months. See, September 28th, 2019, my wife at the time and I decided to do a legal separation. And it was a rough moment. Hard conversations crushed me, but I wanted to make it work. And I tried. And I tried. And I tried. I tried to change. I tried to make everything better. And nothing changed. So come December, that was the moment when we decided to change it from a legal separation to a divorce. And it crushed me. I had so many questions. Because up until that point, I still had hope. And from a series of events, all that hope was gone. So I was just left with questions. So many questions. Will it get better? When will the pain and sadness go away? How will I manage this? I was stuck. I was blaming my ex for everything. It was all her fault. It was her fault I was feeling that way. It was her fault that the marriage didn't work. And I just was so angry. All the time. Angry. Sad. I was in like a little ball of blame. And I looked at myself in the mirror. I didn't like it. And finally, one moment, I was talking to a friend of mine. His name's Ed. And he told me some stuff I didn't want to hear at the time, but I needed to hear it. He told me, he's like, you are stuck being a victim. And if you keep doing that, you will never be able to heal and move past it. Man, did that hurt. Man, did it hurt. And then it kind of put me on this path of resisting beta. And it made me understand, the more I looked at it, is I had to take control and own what I had done to myself that cost me everything. And I called it the beta mindset. And the more I thought, the more I realized that mindset cost me everything. It cost me my business, it cost me my divorce, it cost me close to 10 years of my life of living in a poor mindset. So what are some of those beta mindset stuff that I learned that I had somehow become this man that wasn't me? I didn't understand it. I let people walk all over me. You know, they'd make fun of me or challenge me or whatever, and I would just, yeah, okay, no big deal. I couldn't make decisions, right? I would, just be very passive and like, oh, okay, I don't know, whatever you want to do. I was weak. I was chubby. I was a yes man, people pleaser. I wanted everyone to like me. And I didn't say no to pretty much anything. I was like, yeah, sure, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Even if I didn't want to, I would still do it. I was basically like a personal punching bag for anyone around me. It's like if they wanted to throw a punch, I'd just take it and I wouldn't lash back. I lived a passive life. Like I spent my free time doing stuff I know I shouldn't do, like playing video games, Netflix, and in my bad moments, I drain it, with alcohol or numb myself with porn and things like that. And I was insecure, and worst of all, I was uncomfortable in my own skin. I was scared to show the world my true self. And I was scared to show the person who I loved the most my true self, mainly because she had rejected that person in me, so I hid it from everybody. And it made me become a lesser version of myself. And that's on me. I chose to do it. And it took having that shift in mindset to figure that out. I was stuck. I blamed my ex for everything. And because of that, I couldn't move forward. So I realized that I had to change that mindset to move forward. And that's kind of where I started studying the alpha mindset. I started consuming books and podcasts and YouTube videos, constantly looking at like, what does the alpha mindset look like? And how can I embrace that? So what it is. So I remember looking at this, and I was like, alpha males. Oh, that's I don't want to be an alpha male. Because they're the assholes from high school that bullied people and picked on people. And the more I studied it, alpha is like the true masculine energy, right? To where it's that leader, it's that person that everyone looks up to. And I studied that. I was like, okay, what is that? I want that. That's what I want. So I started coming up with some terminology that I wanted to move towards. So here's a few of them, right? So one of them is boldness. To take those moments where fear sets in and you're scared to take action because of some thought in your brain or some insecurity, and to be bold and move past that and have that 10 seconds of courage that I think that's in Good Will Hunting or something like that. To go do something that scares you. Another one was take action. If I see an opportunity, to just move towards it and be okay if I fail. Because the process of taking action will teach me something. Whether I get success or failure, it doesn't matter. It's the process of taking action was a huge, huge thing that I'm trying to embrace, moving towards, right? Another mindset I needed to embrace was ownership. And a lot of that came from embracing and studying Stoicism. And one of the things that they talk about in studying Stoicism is that you can't control what happens to you, you can control how you react to it. And taking ownership of my feelings, where it's like, no one can make me feel anything. I choose to feel the way I do based off of the story I feed myself. So getting a lot better at what story I fed my brain. So some others are just taking more of a leadership role and being comfortable leading. And humility, where not being boastful and bragging, but just setting an example and not seeking other people's praise, but just doing the right thing, knowing that it was the right thing to do and not trying to get a bunch of praise because of it, right? So listening, being able to listen to myself, listen to my gut, listen to other people, and really listen more, because I tend to like to hear my own voice. So I would talk too much. I would talk over people. I would interrupt them. And it was just kind of an asshole thing to do. Constantly growing. That's something I've always done, but just continuing to be proactive and having a growth mindset and being able to embrace change and adapt and lead with compassion and kindness. And most of all, be unapologetically myself. Just wearing my heart on my sleeve, not caring what people think of me. Being okay if what I say is going to irritate or offend people, because it's me. I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but what I'm saying is honest. It's from the heart. And there are some people that I like what I have to say, and there's some people that won't, and that's okay. And being goofy and silly at times. So kind of having all that part of this new journey. So over the last few months, I've been telling my story on TikTok. And I recently started telling my story on Facebook. And people are reaching out to me saying they need help because they're 6 months, a year behind me. And I remember when I first started going through this, I needed community, I needed friends. And most of the people in my life had never gone through this. They had no idea what I was going through. They give me advice, but taking advice from somebody who's never gone through something, it's like going to somebody who's really overweight and asking them for weight loss advice. So now, I've been able to help people. So I want to continue to do that. and also bring a community of people together that might be 6 months into the process, or 6 months behind, or a year ahead, or 5 years ahead, or maybe 5 years behind, and be able to connect people that are in different phases of divorce and help them heal and move past and adapt a different mindset that'll allow them to seek out and become the best version of themselves. So that's why I want you to be part of this community. I want you to contribute, and I want you to be part of this process. This is new, and it's going to grow and adapt. I'd love you to be part of it. So go ahead and join the community, and we'll get through this together. Here's to embracing an alpha mindset and resisting the beta mindset. So I'd love to have you along for the ride.